So what have you been doing this week? Why does that sound so weird?
So what have you been?
So what?
What have you been doing this week?
Why does that sound so weird to me? So that's so weird.
So we're in the car park at Sunnybank. We come here twice a week now.
Tonight we're babysitting Ari. Trent and Tan are dropping him over because they're going to a concert. Harry is so excited. I'm just getting the house ready for them to arrive tonight. I'm setting up the room for Ari to sleep over. We're going to put him down for just a few hours, and when Trent and Tan are finished with the concert, they'll come and pick him up. And tonight I'm going to make just something quick and easy, like a pasta bolognese. And Harry and Ari will be so excited to play together. It's taken me about 2 weeks to come out of my brain fog, and I usually need about a week or two to find my feet again with my normal routine and my normal schedule after I've either been away or there are a lot of events that have been planned and I'm usually taken away from my routine. It takes about 2 weeks to regulate again before wanting to make other plans or wanting to do a lot of social things. This week I found that I felt a little bit better after I cut out coffee for about 3 days, and I tried it again this morning and I only could get through half of my cup, and I got the shakes again and I felt a little bit lightheaded too, but I think it was because I didn't eat enough food. Anyway, I think coffee's not, it's so good, but it's not really doing a lot to help me at the moment. I was saying to Tan the other day that coffee usually gives me a burst of energy, a burst of social energy. So when I drink it, I have the energy to contact all of the friends that I hadn't spoken to in a while, family members, or I overcommit to certain things that I wouldn't normally plan when I'm not on coffee. And then after the coffee hit, and I run out of that energy, then I start to feel overwhelmed that I've overcommitted or I've booked in too many things for myself. Coffee's kind of dangerous for me in that way. I think it's more like a short-term fix to get me through one day of productivity, but just in terms of the long-term effects, it hasn't been that great for me. I don't know what to do, whether I should just go down to half a shot or just cut it out altogether and have decaf or something. Anyway, that's my story about my energy levels and my coffee intake.
It was always on fire, our house, our dreams. We were dancing on a wire, reckless it seemed. We found holes in these walls, we lied.
What happened to you? It's like, it feels so tight, and my brain feels like I can't open my eyes. It's because of the reading you had today as well. It's fucked up extra. We're going to stop doing this to ourselves every week, twice a week. We do it twice a week. Okay, hon, let's just do it once a week. Just once a week. Just once a week. Hang on, we didn't actually do it twice a week. We have this week. We did Thursday, Tuesday, Sunday. That's 3 times in 1 week. No, that's 2 weeks. Shit, no, that's 1 week. I look like I'm about to milk a cow. Like I'm the cow, I mean. Should we talk about something important? Okay. Alright. You know why it's hard for us to come up with content? Because we're not talking about the real stuff that we're going through. Well, let's fucking just have a go at it. Okay. Okay, alright. We're in our midlives. Midlives. We're 40. You're way off 40. I'm 40 next year. Way older than you. No, you're not. I am. Are you? Yeah. I thought you were 40 the year after. No. This is a time in our lives where I think for many people you start to reassess all relationships in your life and see them a little bit differently. And there's new work done around boundaries and assertiveness and sharing the load and spend so much of your 20s, well we did anyway, we spent so much of our 20s and 30s just taking it just copying it.
Just copying it.
And just sort of like, oh yeah, that's just how this relationship is, or that's just how that person is. But then something starts to happen where you're like, hang on a minute, why am I making all the effort? Or why do I have to see that person as often as I used to? Or why do I have to have them that much in my life at all if they're not very nice to me?
Yeah.
Or also what happens is you process things much differently at this stage in your life. Sometimes it's because your child, or if you have children, your child gets to a particular age where, like, you went through something. So, for example, Ari is getting to an age now around the time where I was when my parents separated, and it was quite a traumatic separation. So then you start to reassess the adults who were in your life who were part of that situation at that time, and you think, what the fuck?
Because children don't stay children forever. We eventually grow into adults, and we eventually have a sense of power that we can take back, and we can make those decisions for ourselves. Because children have no power and no say. So the adults around you, or the people around you, think that they can just get away with poor behaviour or mistreatment and think that children aren't affected by it or they won't remember it. And when you become an adult, you take back your power. You start to learn to take back your power, and you can make really conscious decisions to not repeat the same patterns. You're no longer having to act like everything's okay just because that's how they're acting now.
This generation especially, and a lot of the clients I work with who are a bit younger than us too, we're the ones doing a lot of the cycle breaking, because our parents didn't have the same access to mental health support, or there was much more of a stigma associated with self-reflection or getting therapy. But because we have access to that and things are really different now, we don't have to repeat the generational trauma. And I'm seeing that everywhere with my clients as well.
At least we try to speak. My guts.
Do you want to go home now?
Just feels
Go be comfortable. Yeah. Now I'm freaking cold. Jesus Christ. This aircon's so
the lighting's even weird, you know? Like,